this is the model that we've developed. And as I said, we're looking at leaders who are in organizations committed to a sustainability vision, but really sustainability could be substituted with whatever complex organizational challenges that your company is facing, right? So everyone is in the midst of globalization. Everyone has various human issues that they're dealing with in organizations, as well as their business imperatives. And that creates complexity. And we've found that leaders can effectively manage within that when they are doing sort of several things and using several kinds of skills. So the first thing they need to do is use their critical thinking. This is the step that we often miss. Is that we need to challenge assumptions. And Winnie, in her presentation, talked about how valuable it was for her to challenge assumptions in coming up with a different way of looking at gender and work and family balance, right? So as soon as we start to challenge assumptions, we can come up with something new. So that previous slide where we oversimplify and we just kind of reinforce the status quo by continuing to act and not reflect, this allows us to come up with new ideas. So we challenge our own assumptions, we challenge the assumptions that are out there in society, and start to think, okay, maybe there's a different way to look at the issues we're facing. Then we start to embrace complexity, that there's all sorts of cool relationships out there with different stakeholder groups that weren't even on our radar screen before. And not only are there these different stakeholders, but each of them has a different perspective and a different values and different interests in a particular issue. Well, this can be overwhelming, or it can be a great opportunity to look for new relationships that can create new value. Then we can get down to this point of now we're going to start strategizing. We're going to start strategic thinking, which more of you are probably familiar with that process. But without doing this previous process of taking things apart, looking at the multiple perspectives, it's very difficult to take full advantage of the strategic opportunity that your organization can benefit from. And so we start to think about how can these different moving parts relate in new ways? How can we create that delicious mayonnaise? And in reinvention, we use our design thinking skills so that now we look at all of these features of the complex environment and don't think of them so much as a downside, but these are the constraints. Design thinkers love constraints because that allows them to create products and services that are feasible and viable. They embrace constraints as a way to create new things. So innovation is made possible, creativity is made possible by challenging underlying assumptions and then by embracing the constraints of the complexity of the issues that you're facing. That allows you to design solutions that are actually real. It allows you to get real.